And of course, it's time for everything under the sun. A time to be born, a time to work, a time to get a job, and a time to get hired. This is a time for the Job Show with Abimbola, where we bring you real-time job opportunities and, of course, the most amazing and inspiring stories of job seekers, employees, and entrepreneurs around the world. With my years of experience, hear me, I have seen a janitor becomes a vice president of a conglomerate. I've also seen a president of a bank become homeless with the influence of depression, alcohol, a cigarette, you name it. Let me borrow a line from one of the most best African writers and authors, Ayekwa Ama, that says, "The beautiful ones are not yet born." Meaning, you may think you are the best manager in your establishment. You're already deluded because the young, vibrant, creative, and innovative managers are on their way to take your position. In that book, the writer refers to the subject as the man. Today's story is all about the man, the beggar, the paycheck, and why you should never judge a book by its cover. Have you ever had spare change burning a hole in your pocket and thought, or what a couple of cents do they do? Listen up, folks. Is enough to turn a beggar into a baller. In case you are in doubt, ask Felix, who went from panhandling to rolling in dough with just 50 cents. So the next time you see a beggar, don't be cheapskate, give them a hand, or better yet, a handful of change, and you may be investing in the next Warren Buffett. It's the Job Show. Once upon a time, there was a 29-year-old beggar who spent every day standing outside a bustling market, hoping for some kind passerby to give him enough food, water, or money to survive. He had been begging for almost 4 years and at most could only make $3 per day. One day, a stranger approached him, but instead of offering him money, he offered him a book. The beggar was reluctant at first, but he accepted it. The book was about financial literacy and how to manage money no matter how little one earns. The stranger disappeared, but 3 months later, he returned. The beggar was overjoyed to see him and eagerly recounted the book's lesson about financial management. The stranger gave him a used weight scale and told him, put the book's teaching into practice. 2 years later, the stranger was invited to the grand opening of the beggar's fitness center. The stranger was amazed at how a beggar could have transformed into a CEO. You wonder why. On the day of the launch, the beggar stood up on the podium to narrate his incredible story, and he says, he explained to the public how he had put the weight scale in front of him while begging, and people started checking their weight daily and giving him 50 cents. He stopped begging and concentrated on the weight scale business, dressing neatly and smiling at people who wanted to use his scale. He was able to generate a minimum of $43 daily, and he saved $35, spending only $8 on personal expenses. In 1 year and a half, he had saved $19,000, which he had used to rent a small warehouse, buy used fitness equipment, register his business, and of course, branded the business. The audience was deeply moved by the beggar's story, and some even shed tears. The stranger was touched to see how much the book and the weight scale had transformed the beggar's life. The beggar's story has shown us that determination, hard work, and a little help, even someone who had nothing, could achieve their dreams. The stranger and the beggar hugged each other, and everyone in the audience cheered, congratulated the beggar on his success. I dare you to make use of that story and change your life. It's the Job Show, and on today's program, we are giving out 5 remote jobs. If you are there, get your pen and paper ready as we speak. Development coordinator is needed remotely. We also need a trauma-informed fellowship coach needed remotely, and of course we have HR administrated also needed, and this we also have database manager also needed, and a personal assistant that you can call executive assistant to the president. These are 5 remote jobs available for you on the Job Show with Abimbola. Stick around. Abimbola Studio is seeking a development coordinator who will help the organization achieve its financial priorities. They will bring skills and expertise to develop and implement a fundraising strategy with the support of foundations, government, grants, and of course corporate and individual donors. In conjunction with the executive team, the development coordinator will play a vital role in expanding the funding based of radio ambulate studios, writing grants, managing and overseeing all aspects of their fundraising strategy, while developing meaningful relationships with strategic partners to further advance their mission. So if you are there, the requirements are simple. 1, you must have a minimum of 2 to 3 years related development and fundraising experience in non-profit media, including responsibility for grant writing and fund research and relations for organizations with a $2 million or larger annual budget. Okay, the salary is $65,000 to $90,000 yearly, depending on your experience. And to apply for this position, it's simple. You must put a cover letter together. Tell us about your background, why you are interested in this position, if you must apply for this position. And of course, your experience is also needed, your strength. You would bring to the radio ambulate studios 2 samples of fundraising collateral you prepared, and of course your role in producing them, such as a grant application, pitch, or introductory letter. To apply for this position, you must quickly log into their website www.airtable.com. www.airtable.com. Job is our breaking news. The Freedom Fund Fellowship is a leader in the movement, in the global movement to end modern slavery. The Freedom Fund works to combat many different forms of extreme exploitation, including forced labor, sex trafficking, forced marriages, and the worst forms of child labor. The purpose of this employment pathway fellowship, it's simple, is to enhance the survivor representation within the anti-trafficking sector. Fellows will have the support from the Survivor Alliance staff, Freedom Fund staffs, and the person in this role, the trauma-informed fellowship coach as well. The role of the Trauma-Informed Fellowship Coach, TIFC, is to support survivors of modern slavery and their supervisors as part of a professional fellowship placement. Programs at the Freedom Front in one-on-one coaching sections, the TIFC will provide fellows with trauma-informed coaching, which recognizes the importance of, as well as the historical exclusion of lived experience, expertise in anti-slavery organizations as well. To apply for this position is simple. You must send in your resume to amusunga@freedomfund.org, SUNGA at freedomfund.org to apply as a trauma-informed fellowship coach needed by Freedom Fund. And of course, Trailblazer in Brooklyn, New York, seeking for HRO administrator to manage an applicant tracking system that sees up to 200 candidates per year, which includes ongoing application reviews, interview support, and of course, it also involves seasonal refreshing of application system. They are responsible for supporting managers in onboarding their teams and for liaising between programs managers and the payroll department. The requirement for this position as HRO administrator is simple. You must have a minimum of 2 years experience in any office environment. You must also have a 2 years experience in a human resources position to apply for this. The compensation and position benefit, it's simple. This is a full-time salaried non-exempt positions that start by June 1st, 2023. Regular hours of work, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Adjusted hours may sometimes be required. Salary is $50,000 to $55,000. Of course, it comes with medical, dental, and vision insurance with employee contribution available upon hire. 403 savings account with employer match available upon hire, 3 weeks paid vacation and 7 days paid personal leave available after 90 days. Introductory period. Additional week vacation after 3 years of service. Children of employees are able to attend programs. They are eligible for a heavily discounted rate. I like that. So in case you want to apply for this position, you must put your resume and your cover letter together, and I need you to quickly put it and send it to jobs@trailblazer.org, jobs@trailblazer.org to apply as HRO administrator. SBHA seeks a talented and motivated database manager to work in cooperation with quality research and evaluation QRA and across SBHA department and leadership to analyze all organizational information system needs, develop and monitor database applications and specifications, coordinate efforts with staffs and vendors, enforce database standard, and of course, monitor database integrity as we speak. This position will also spearhead SBHA implementation of a state-of-the-art CRM that includes the National School-Based Health Centers, SBHC Directory, and all SBHA partners and clients with the aim of streamlining SBHA data operating model and data monetization approach for this business. The qualification for this position is simple. You must have a degree in MISCS or related technical field. 3 to 5 years work experience in data management will definitely get you to the interview stage. The salary is $70,000 pay annually plus full benefits including PTO, medical, dental, vision, 401k, utilities, subsidy, continuing education allowance, I love that, and short and long-time disability benefit. This is interesting. So to apply for this position is simple. You must send in your cover letter and your resume to ANEWE. I'll take that again, ANEWEWELL at sbhforall.org in The Institute of Governance and Sustainable Development IGSD seek an assistant to the president to provide support to IGSD president. So if you are there, the assistant also will handle a wide range of support to other IGSD staffing. The ideal candidate is highly self-motivated, a professional able to manage multiple deadlines and prioritize tasks in a high-pressure but rewarding environment. I like that. This position is based in Washington, D.C., and you can also work remotely. And of course, the qualification for this says you must demonstrate commitment to climate and environmental progress and strong interest in working in non-profit, non-governmental organization, as some will call it. The benefit says here, a competitive compensation, a comprehensive medical, vision, and dental insurance is also available. Generous vacation policy. I like that. So if you are there, you want to apply for this position, put your resume together and your writing samples and send it to amurphy@igsd.org. amurphy@igsd.org. Of course, that's a wrap on the show. In case you miss any parts, kindly visit www.jobshowint.com for all the details you missed. So now listen up. You may be a manager or a director at your workplace. Unfortunately, it doesn't make you better than a DoorDash driver that knows how to manage over 100 customers daily, be on the wheel, pick up orders, drop the food, get back into the car, and pick the next order. These guys work with their brains. Be a leader, not necessarily a manager. I'll see you next week on the Job Show with Abimbola. Go get a job.